Here's a question for you. How would you feel if the future of the place you call home was in the hands of others? With the end of World War I, the League of Nations took charge of areas in the Middle East called mandates. One of these was the British Mandate for Palestine. Britain was assigned to administer it until it was ready for self-governance. The mandate expressed support for the idea of a Jewish national home, as promised in the Balfour Declaration. Acknowledging Arab aspirations for independence, the British set aside the region east of the Jordan River as the Emirate of Transjordan. Jews were prohibited from settling there. In the remaining part of the Palestine Mandate, Zionist Jews worked to reestablish a Jewish home in their ancient homeland. They joined existing communities, bought land, and developed it into collective farms and towns. This growth attracted Arabs from neighboring areas. Some arrived encouraged by economic opportunity, but others worried as they watched Jews build institutions and prepare for independence. These fears led to Arab riots in Jerusalem in the 1920s, which lashed out at the Jews and the British. British attempts to stop the violence failed. The Jews organized and defended themselves, but the unrest continued. In response to an Arab revolt in 1936, the British issued the Peel Commission Report. It proposed the creation of two states, one Jewish and one Arab, with a neutral area under British control. The Jews were unhappy with the small area of land they were offered, and the Arabs rejected the proposal altogether. A year later, the British abandoned this plan for partition, saying it was impractical. As Jewish and Arab populations grew, tensions grew too, increasing pressure on all parties. Arab riots continued. In another effort to stop the violence, the British issued a white paper in 1939. It greatly restricted Jewish immigration to the mandate. This closed off an important refuge at a time when the Nazis were stepping up persecution of Jews who were desperate to escape Germany. With the outbreak of World War II, most countries closed their doors to Jewish refugees. At the end of the war, the region was still in turmoil. With ongoing Arab protests and Jewish resistance to British rule, Great Britain had had enough. It turned the fate of the Palestine Mandate over to the international community and the newly formed United Nations. On November 29, 1947, the UN voted on Resolution 181. The mandate would be divided into two states, one Jewish and one Arab, with Jerusalem as an international city.
Yes, Egypt. No. The United States. Yes.
The Committee for Palestine was adopted by 33 votes, 13 against, 10 abstentions.
The Jews accepted the plan, though it was less than what they wanted. On May 14, 1948, Jewish leaders declared the creation of the State of Israel. The Arabs rejected the UN plan. One day later, Transjordan, Syria, Egypt, Lebanon, and Iraq declared war on the new state. The war lasted 10 months and took thousands of lives. Unexpectedly, the Arab states lost the war. An armistice agreement was reached, but a formal peace agreement was never signed. Egypt took control of Gaza, while Jordan annexed East Jerusalem and what is known today as the West Bank. Israel also gained land. Hundreds of thousands of Arabs fled or were forced out of the new state during the fighting, while hundreds of thousands of Jews were expelled from Arab and Muslim countries in retaliation for the creation of Israel. Most of these Jewish refugees came to Israel and were absorbed into Israeli society. For Israeli Jews, their victory, the rebirth of their homeland, and control of their own destiny were celebrated. But displaced Palestinian Arabs remained in limbo, left in refugee camps on the borders of Israel and in neighboring states, dreaming of a return to their former homes. What will become of these Arab refugees? Will the Arab states accept the new Jewish state? We'll discuss that next time.